has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. It's Ferrall on the bench, coast to coast in the biggest way possible, hanging out the bad seat, the broken, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fucking shake it up, shadooby, along with the open leader at Royal Troon, Carver High this afternoon. Mafia running it with our boy Jake the Snake hanging with us today for Luke. It's a C2C Thirsty Thursday, and we got the lineup for you. We got Morency from Vancouver, a double shot with Gabe. Of course, the mad scientist, Warren Sharp, sliding in from the woods to come on C2C. How about them apples? And look who it is. Joey Prawns. Go for the two. Joe Lisi, our college football host today, and Carver High's partner in crime at night on SportsGrid Radio. And, of course, Coach James Young, talking Summer League, WNBA, Team USA. There's a bevy of Summer League games in Vegas going on today, tonight, etc. Carver High, I looked up at one point, and it was Justin Thomas all day. I closed my eyes for a nap. I wake up, and who is it? Of course, it's the Irish Bear. And some guy from Britain named Daniel Brown, who I've never heard of before.
Well, yes, 29-year-old Daniel Brown, who's playing in his first major ever, got his first victory on the DP World Tour this past year. But they ain't going to be tied for long, Scotty. The Irish Bear on 18 right now, his final hole of the day, he just stuck it on the flag about 3 feet from the fairway. He will have a birdie putt to get to 5 under and the solo lead going into the clubhouse. What a round for Shane Lowry here today as he gets himself started. Look, I know, Scotty, I pick Shane Lowry all the time, but I always specifically pick him at the Open Championship because he's a past winner. He loves playing in conditions like this. He's used to it his entire life. He loves these courses. And sure enough, I just wish I had him for first round leader. That's the only thing that bothers me right now. But we got him in the mix for everything else.
He is lethal on links golf courses, obviously played on them his entire life. And that's why I bet on these guys as well. They're used to it. They're good at it. They know it. They live it. They learn it. They know how to play it. They get it. And I just think when you look at the leaderboard, though, there are Americans that have shown up and done well here. Your boy, Don Henley.
Russell Henley's there. You mentioned Justin Thomas, who had the advantage of being one of the first guys out this morning. And that's going to be a thing here, Scotty. I think where you went out today made a big deal. We talk about weather with this golf tournament all the time. The guys who got out in the first hour or two, it was okay. You know, they had some guys like JT shoot 3 under and a few other guys Nick Højgaard also shot that, and Russell Henley. The guys that went out in that 2 or 3 hour stretch from when Rory went out, I mean, those guys got terrorized out there. I mean, +6s, +8s, +7s, +5s. Those guys got smashed. And now the guys coming in, you're seeing some better scores. Xander, Spieth, Fitzpatrick,
Scheffler.
Bunch of guys who are in the Scheffler, bunch of guys in the even to -2 range. So, hey, that's the way it goes, Scotty. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw. And those guys that went out about 4 a.m. East, 5 a.m. East this morning, they got hit with the absolute worst of the rain and the wind, and their scores showed it. I mean, there are guys that are buried. They're finished.
Some of the other names on there with Finau's at even. Don't Call Me
Yes.
Peter McNeely is even. Scheffler just fell back a stroke.
What a shame that is.
Same with
What
Spieth.
a shame.
Fell back. Anyway, how do you explain? I know obviously the conditions were different, but Rory's finished. He's finished.
Rory had a very.
What is he? Is he going to be? He's 7 over.
He's 7 over, and he's currently tied for 131st place right now. Rory McIlroy, a very rough day that he had. He wasn't alone out there, that's for sure. Cam Smith shot 10 over. You had Tagala was 6 over.
Wyndham.
Bryson DeChambeau was 5 over, along with Tommy Fleetwood, Tom Kim, Max Homa, Will Zalatoris, Harry English. All these guys were 5 over or worse, and they all started in basically that same time period, right around in that area. Most of them. There's a few guys that didn't, but Rory's he's going to have to. Now, I'm not saying he's completely going to miss the cut. He's not winning the golf tournament. He's completely finished for that. Depending on what happens in the morning, if he shot 4 or 5 under tomorrow, could he make the cut?
12 shots back.
Oh, he's not winning the tournament. He's 170 to 1 live. Remember I told you yesterday I was going to wait live for a better number on Rory?
Yeah.
There's a better number now. I'm not going to play it, but there's a better number on him now at 170 to 1.
What kind of a buzz does John Daly have going right now at plus 11?
Yeah.
He might as well just party all day, all night.
Well, he has the Jack and Coke before he even goes out. Did you see what his pre-round regimen is? He has 2 packs of cigarettes, a cup of Jack and Coke. He takes 4 or 5 swings. And then he rolls that cart right on out there to the first tee. And he just – I love that he still goes out there. Yeah, that's great. Cam Smith actually birdied 18 to get to plus 9. So nice job by Cameron Smith finishing strong on 18. But, yeah, it's been tough. And Tiger's 8 over as well. And he played in the late group. Tiger, that was tough watching today.
Are they still trying
on the back nine.
Still trying to sell me Tiger Woods and majors? They're still trying to do it, aren't they? Push him through?
They are. You know who played well? Phil played well. I saw a couple shots for Phil. Phil finished 2 over, and he went out around the same time as Tiger, so he finished about 6 shots better than him. Morikawa finished at 2 over. He had a couple tough holes, etc. But the Irish Bear, and he hits the birdie on 18, 5 under.
Yeah.
He drains it in, and he has a great 66 for him on the first day. And this Daniel Brown still has quite a few holes to go. And he, of course, first time in a situation like this, we'll see if he can either tie or pass the Bear by the time he gets in the clubhouse.
Obviously, riding his first major, and also he has a tremendous debt after betting on England against Spain in the Euros.
Right.
He needs to make it up fiscally this week at Royal.
But I'm
Troon.
sure he's another guy. He's an English guy who probably has a fair amount of experience on links golf courses, and he's having himself a good day out there. I don't think he'll have 4 good days, but that's the other thing. We have a lot of other things to do today. We just had a trade in the NBA.
What?
Sending Russell Westbrook to Utah for Chris Dunn. So Chris Dunn to the Clippers. Utah's going to buy Russell out, and he's going to sign with the Nuggets, allegedly. That's the story. So Russell Westbrook going to join the Joker and Jamal Murray and company in Denver. I've got Summer League games this afternoon that we're going to get to after you talk to Gabe. Bronny had his best Summer League game last night. You had Caitlin Clark with a big record in the WNBA, SEC Media Week. I got a lot going on today that we're going to get to throughout these few hours.
See that chick dropped 19 dimes last night, but she lost. Remember the old adage. What'd you have tonight, Ferrall? 36. Did you win?
36.
No, you suck.
No. That's it. That's how it goes. You got to win the game. I was thinking the same thing. It was the only thing I had to watch last night when I was doing the radio. And, of course, I got involved with it. I took Indiana live on the money line. They failed. Couldn't get it done in the second half. That's the last time I'm doing that.
Bronny with a 12-piece yesterday.
Yeah.
anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Like cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What, are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Oh, what's up? You watching the game? Or maybe the one later? Put a little BetMGM action on it, and now any game becomes the game. When you got overs and unders, you're in it every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, dribble the ball. Maybe it's not even a ball.
Who needs a ball?
Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hole, a lap. Right from the edge of your seat. Hit him with the promo.
You can catch Sports Rage every night at 10 East along every line, all of our streaming networks, OTTs, television stations, all over North America, all over the world. On satellite radio, we're on Sirius XM Channel 159, on Mightier 1090, ESPN Radio in San Diego, near Tijuana. Do you wanna? From Baja to the Canadian Rockies, all over the West Coast at night. Plus, Sports Byline USA and all of their affiliates. Gabe is in Vancouver doing a double shot with us every day on C2C. Thank God for that. You're telling me Peyton Manning and Kelly Clarkson are hosting the Olympics? What is happening out of the world?
Yeah, you know what? I just saw Peyton Manning this morning on the Pat McAfee show, and it's always a pleasure listening to talk about quarterback play and NFL football and college football like he was. But it's the problem with NBC and the Olympics. It's just one big ball of fluff, bro. There's no sports to it. It's, you know, there's so I get it. You know what I mean? It's entertainment. Snoop Dogg's going to be part of the package as well. And Snoop Dogg's just part of every package, isn't he, Scott? Like whatever it is. Hey, you know, the hip hop awards. Hey, so let's get Snoop Dogg. Country music awards. Let's get Snoop Dogg. Olympics. Let's get Snoop Dogg. Let's name a bowl game after him. Like,
Super Bowl.
Yeah, you figure this guy fits in everywhere, bro. Like he's a chameleon. Like he'll get hired, like, you know, he'll be everywhere for the rest of eternity. But I just sort of like kind of spit my drink up when they're like tuning into our Olympic coverage with Mike Tirico, Kelly Clarkson, and Peyton Manning. And I'm thinking, so I'm sure Kelly Clarkson put a lot of work in, Scott, breaking down the rugby sevens, bro. I'm sure she's on top of. I'm sure she's on top of the cycling events, right? Like. Okay, if this is what you want to do, but this is why NBC is so heavily mocked as much as they are for their crap-ass Olympic coverage. But I digress.
I don't watch all that stuff. Like, I'll watch events, I'll watch the competition, I'll watch whatever's, the action is, but I don't watch all those cheesy shows and post-night, wrap-ups and
they don't have any action,
hours. Though. It's so awful.
They really don't have any action on NBC. Number one, it's on tape delay all the time. Number two, they only show you Americans, right? Like they don't really show you the games. That's the problem. Now, I'm sure their website, Peacock or whatever, will be on top of everything, right? So they pay for the rights for it, so I'm sure they'll have a feed to it somewhere, but they package it like Entertainment Tonight, Scott, right? That's my big beef with this. It's not actually like events, but like you said, people don't want to see it, right? I mean, the average person watching in Iowa or something doesn't care about who wins the...
Does Canada get rights to it? Like, do they have their own version of it there?
Yeah, and they actually do it well. Yeah. Put it this way.
And what do they do? They show all the Canadian athletes?
They show everything. No, like they're not Canadian biased. They'll have Canadian features, but they'll just show the event point blank. Hey, it's this event now. If there's a Canadian, there's a Canadian. If there isn't, there isn't.
Right.
It's almost like news for entertainment or actual news. Like, no, the CBC, but Scott, going back, it's always been this way with Olympic coverage. I mean, the Miracle on Ice, the Great Miracle on Ice. I don't know if you were watching it live at the time when you were younger, but it wasn't even live, right? I mean, I'm in Montreal, and I knew about it like 3 hours before everybody saw it after. It was like, it's already on CBC, and the game was like at 10 in the morning, right? It already happened. Right? Like, do you believe in miracles? It's like, yeah, I do, because it's been over for 4 hours, Al. Like, it's not his fault, right? He's calling the game, but it's amazing, so many great moments are lost, like on tape delay and stuff. Like, that's not sports, bro. But hey, it is what it is.
Have you ever gone?
I just got a kick out of it. That seeing that Peyton Manning is part of, like, he's the co-host of the Olympic coverage.
Where's
like,
Eli? Where's Eli when you need him?
Exactly.
Have you ever gone to the Olympics?
Yeah, I have. I was younger, but I'm old enough, Scott, that I actually saw East Germany win the gold medal before the wall came down. But the 1976 Olympics were in Montreal, and that Olympic Games actually produced the most stars. Like, it was the most eventful Olympic Games ever. Bruce Jenner, right? Bruce Jenner won in Montreal. 6. Sugar Ray Leonard won in Montreal. And in fact, Sugar Ray Leonard, the Spinks brothers, Leon and Michael Spinks, were in Montreal. Nadia Comaneci, or Perfect 10, was in Montreal. The Olympic Games in Montreal set all kinds of crazy records. And in fact, Sugar Ray Leonard, he won the gold medal in Montreal. And he liked it so much in Montreal that where was the first Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard fight? At Olympic Stadium in Montreal after. The second one was at the Superdome, the No Moss fight when Duran tapped out. But the first one was actually in Montreal, 52,000 people, Olympic Stadium.
I went to 4 of them. I was in Atlanta when the bomb went off. I was doing my show live on Westwood One when Rudolph set that bomb off in the Olympic Village. And then
and the fat guy got blamed for it.
I went to Los Angeles. I went to Salt Lake. And I also went to Athens. And I went to Athens with my dad. I took my old man with me to Athens for 2.5 weeks. It was awesome.
Athens. So, that's hardcore.
Yeah, Athens,
that's the real one.
Yeah, it was cool. I'd never been there before, and I, got to taste Athens, the Parthenon.
This one, though, Scott,
very cool.
This one, dude, they have the beach volleyball stadium set up right underneath the Eiffel Tower. You got drinks. Imagine the wine in Paris. Just rolling up to the concession stand. Yeah, give me some red wine. Let's go.
I've actually never been there. All I've heard about is Paris my whole life. I've never actually gone there. I've been to all those Eastern Bloc.
It's going to be the most aesthetically beautiful Olympics ever. Like, the opening ceremony isn't in a stadium. It's in the streets of Paris. It's like super cool.
Wow.
one of the many exciting things about joining Live was being able to come here and play in front of a Spanish crowd, especially on a level of event and level of competition that I hadn't really yet enjoyed, right? Been able to play events in Spain.
Here in the beautiful Valderrama, which some say is the European Augusta, it's so special. There's so much history here. There's so much Spanish history here.
Well, it has so much history behind. It's only a 50 years old club, but so much has happened through the years. I mean, we had the Ryder Cup, we had World Gold Championships, and now we have Live.
1, 2, 3, 1.
I feel like when there's this wind in this golf course is so difficult that it's equally stressful no matter when or where you're playing it. But it was fun. It's always fun to be back home and be with the home crowd. It's always a joy to have this many people supporting me all day. It's so much fun.
OMG, what did we just witness? Our first ever double playoff in Live Golf history. I am so pumped up right now.
So much happened on the last 5 minutes. I mean, it looked like it was going to the Crushers and Annie Barton winning, and all of a sudden then Abraham holding a chip, David Puig birdie eight, then that little putt from Annie Barton on the last. I mean, it was great watching.
You know, it's really amazing to be able to do it in your home country, in front of my family, in front of so many friends, and on my favorite golf course. So it's obviously super nice.
So yeah, I got Granny. She's a big fan of the show. She's probably watching right now on the SportsGrid app. She loves Morency.
She a fan of the Olympics?
She likes you. She likes Carver. She likes me. She doesn't like really anything else. She likes wine and she likes fish and chips. And so she was having a rough day. So the young gun took her for a fish sandwich at McDonald's. She likes that one too. But I'm going to take her to this fish and chips place, her favorite place around here. And you go in and they make great fish and chips. And then they make killer burgers that are enormous. And they also make fantastic triple rums. So every time I go, I say, yeah, give me one of those rum drinks you got going back there. And then she'll pound her fish and chips. And then she likes to watch sports and gamble. You have a fish and chips place right by you in Vancouver that's all the hot old ladies show up every night for the blue hair special.
Yeah, I don't know how hot they are, but it really is amazing. It is. It looks like a senior citizen's home. It really does. And it's packed all the time. And it's always old people, bro. And so it's funny you say that all she basically eats is filet of fish during the day and then fish and chips for dinner. I don't know. I guess it's nice and simple. You know what I'm saying? There's something about it. You got your French fries, you got the chip, little tartar sauce, some lemon, and you're off and running. But I swear to God, Scott, there's like lineups of these old people that wait for the fish and chips. Like this place, they make money. Like they're raking it in.
So my doctor tells me, the heart doctor, he's like, I need you to eat more fish. So I don't think that qualifies in the fish department.
Yeah, something like a deep fried cod. That's what I'm getting. Like real, like thick crust, Scott, too. Like, dude, you can see through the bag. It's so greasy when I walk out of there. Like it's the real style, bro. They got to wrap it in like 3 different things because it's so greasy.
That can't be good for me. So I went out the other night and I went to a restaurant and got hammered. And the dinner, I had sea bass. So I said to 34C, I go, well, she said, well, how many martinis did you have? I said, about 5. I don't remember. I could barely get to the car. She said, well, what did you eat? I said, I did what the doctor said. I had a piece of sea bass, nothing else. I didn't eat anything else. I ate oysters. I ate all seafood and I drank 5 martinis. So I was good. So you're betting on the on the Olympics. You've already lined up Morency specials that he's going to be doling out on Sports Rage.
Yeah, I really do. I got quite a bit. And there's a lot of pro athletes playing in this thing. So I've got a lot of, sort of keeping it simple. One interesting thing about this, Scott, is the tennis. It's at Roland Garros, bro. Pretty cool.
That's
it's
great.
Like the French Open again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what a historic, stadium. Like, it's just cool. Everything about this Olympics is cool. As far as like the stadiums and the events and like just it's really going to be aesthetically like the surfing. They have surfing in the Olympics. The surfing event, 10,000 miles away from Paris, 9,800 miles away where the surfing event is taking place.
Where is
in the
it?
French Polynesian islands
in
of Tahiti.
Tahiti.
Yeah. Crystal
that's
blue
the
water,
greatest
Scott.
surf anywhere.
And they're going to be surfing in the crystal blue. It's going to like I said, as far as a beauty standpoint,
I've been there.
it's just you're like, even if like you don't watch sports, I think people are going to watch and go, wow, that's pretty beautiful. You're going to see like, you know what I mean?
I can't remember the name of it, but like, because I've been down there. I sailed there for a month once, naked on a boat and drank all day and smoked fatties. Are we on the air? And I was in
You're making a
Papi
lot of money in
Arete
the old days, huh?
I went to
you go to
Tahiti.
St. Tropez too?
So they have one of the greatest surf breaks in the world there. One of the greatest surf waves that's notorious all over the world. I can never remember the name of it. It's like some French name. All I know is Tahiti's badass. Bro, you would have loved it. Like I was on a boat. I was jumping in crystal clear water, naked, just diving right off the boat. I was on a boat for like 30 days. It was really cool. I didn't know they were having that there. That's crazy. And you're saying that the opening ceremonies is on the streets of Paris.
Exactly. Now there's a perimeter, so it's not like it's a free parade, obviously. There's a setup, but the teams are going to be on floats, like specially designed floats, and they're going to sort of roll through the streets of Paris. Scott, how the hell can you top the marathon and the bike? And cycling's massive, right? Tour de France and road racing,
Right.
like it's really big there. It ends at the Eiffel Tower, bro, and the gates and everything. So, like, the sun's going to be setting, and you're going to be running towards the Eiffel Tower. You're going to have the shots from behind. But we'll have all kinds of bets for you, Scott. And I got a ton of college football bets. I'm ready to rock.
All right, I can't wait. Thanks, Morency. Have a great show tonight, buddy.
One of the many exciting things about joining Live was being able to come here and play in front of a Spanish crowd, especially on a level of event and level of competition that I hadn't really yet enjoyed, right? I've been able to play events in Spain.
Here in the beautiful Valderrama, which some say is the European Augusta. It's so special. There's so much history here. There's so much Spanish history here.
Well, it has so much history behind. It's only a 50 years old club, but so much has happened through the years. I mean, we had the Ryder Cup, we had World Gold Championships, and now we have Live.
1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
I feel like when there's this wind in this golf course is so difficult that it's equally stressful no matter when or where you're playing it. But it was fun. It's always fun to be back home and be with the home crowd. It's always a joy to have this many people supporting me all day. It's so much fun.
OMG, what did we just witness? Our first ever double playoff in Live Golf history. I am so pumped up right now.
So much happened on the last 5 minutes. I mean, it looked like it was going to the crushers and Annie Barton winning, and all of a sudden then Abraham holding a chip, David Puig birdie, then that little putt from Annie Barton on the last. I mean, it was great watching.
It's really amazing to be able to do it in your home country, in front of my family, in front of so many friends, and on my favorite golf course. So it's obviously super nice.
Carver Hyatt, that's Teapu in Tahiti, where literally the greatest barrel break in the world in surfing. It's a surfer's paradise. Most legendary surfers and the best, big wave surfers in the world, they go there and they go, and it doesn't stop there. Ronaldo's country, whatever the hell it's called. Again, I can't remember. What is it? No, he's not from Brazil. He's from Portugal. So they have two of the biggest ones in the world are in Portugal. And then the other one is Teapu in the French Polynesian Islands in Tahiti. And that's where they're going to have it. And then in 28, when they have the Olympics in Los Angeles, it's going to be at Santa Monica and Venice Beach, which is strange to me. I lived there forever, and I don't remember great surf there. Huntington Beach is where the best surfing is. That's where the OP Pro and the U.S. Open of surfing are. And if it's so good at Santa Monica and Venice Beach, you know what they do at Venice Beach? That's where all the homeless people live and all the drugs are and all the, the freaks. That's what's going on at Venice Beach is freaks. I've never remembered it being a great surfing spot. But that's where they're having the surfing in 28 at the Olympics in Los Angeles. But he's right. It is in Tahiti. That is a long way from Paris. But, boy, I'll tell you what, wait till you see the surfing that they have in the Olympics when they do it at Teapu. That's one of the biggest barrel rolls. It's so huge. They won't even let anyone that's not a pro on that water. They won't let them. I could surf, but they wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I'd drown. I would drown. It's that big. It's enormous. You see these scenes of these guys on jet skis and, people on boats. And they're at the edge of the break, right? And they stay on the edge of the break. And inside that comb, that giant wall of water, it's the most unbelievable thing you ever see in your life. This is one of the greatest surf spots in the entire world that they're having the Olympic surfing at. It's going to be badass.
Good stuff. Summer's fun. You get a bunch of different sports in the mix. Surfing at a great place like that. Can't wait for it. Then all the numbers are starting to come out, like Gabe was saying. They've got odds on a lot of stuff now for the games. I want to give you these Summer League games that are going to start soon. There's actually only one that starts within the hour, and that is the Pacers and the Nuggets. Pacers minus 4.5, 176.5 is the total. That'll start the day in Vegas at the Summer League. There are a couple of other games at 6 and 7, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Wizards, and Kings. So minus 9.5 for the Grizz, minus 2.5 for the Wizards. Those are the early ones, Scotty, and in a little bit, I'll give you the late games that are going to be going on. There you go.
So I can't figure out this team, how awful they've looked. The Nuggets in the Summer League, they've just been awful. And, at least the Pacers have won a game. They won yesterday by 4 against Phoenix, but they had lost their previous 2. Denver's 0-3. I don't really trust that game as far as you can spit. The good one tonight, believe it or not, I know you're going to talk about them later, is 2 of the best teams in the Summer League that are going to do well in the playoffs this weekend. The Clippers are playing later tonight against the Jazz at 10, and that's on NBA TV. And the T-Wolves Rockets, they're both 2-1. Both of those teams have played fantastic. They'll both be in the playoffs this weekend. The title game for the Summer League is Monday. We'll talk more about it with Coach Young later.
Certainly we will. Last night in the Summer League, a few things for you. Lakers beat the Hawks 87-86. And actually, Scotty, some signs of life from Bronny. 12 points, went 2 for 5 from downtown. And I'll tell you, as I was saying before with the WNBA, I was looking for things to play last night on the radio show. So I go to play the Bronny. I was like, this guy's got to score some points at some point, right? They had him 10 plus for plus 320 in Jersey because I have Jersey on the desktop. I go to play it on the phone. Can't bet on the Summer League in New York, Scotty. I couldn't play Bronny for 10 plus points, and sure enough, it hit. So
Why?
There you go. Bronny with 12. I don't know. It's just not available in any of the books in New York. You can't play the Summer League. It's available in other states like Jersey. But no Summer League betting. So I got shut out on playing Bronny for 10-plus points. But it did hit, and he had 12, and he hit 2 threes.
So even if you were on, like, any other house, let's say hypothetically you were on another house, and they don't let you bet in New York on the Summer League.
It's just one of the markets that I guess has never gotten approval through New York. I think New York's a little tougher to get things on the board than in other places. The process that you have to go through. So
that bothers me, and it also bothers me their rule about Rutgers and Seton Hall, and
there's no awards in New York either. Like, I can't play MVP or anything like that, like baseball. I can't do MVP, Cy Young. Can't do any awards. Anything that's voted on, you cannot bet on in New York State. Nothing.
Well, I just think that's ridiculous.
I do, too. I think it's nonsense.
I
think it's absolute
what reason is there good enough that all of these rules and such? I don't... As you know, I don't believe in rules. When I started living like a freaky beatnik on Venice Beach with all the steroid weightlifters out at the beach.
Well, there was one player at BetMGM who is in a state that you can bet on awards because they plunked down a cool G on Bronny to win the Rookie of the Year, Scotty. Look at this. It'll win $250K. If Bronny wins Rookie of the Year. After his big performance last night, they ran to the window to get that.
Well, I almost fell over when he had 12 points. And even more, I doubled over when he hit 2 threes because he was shooting bricks and air balls from 3 previous to last night. So bottom line is, thank God he finally had a good game because he sure hasn't had anything of such since he's been there. He's been awful, flat out awful. And then last night there were signs of life. They got a pulse, actually, out of Bronny James. 12 for him is like a career night.
12 for him is like a career night. So nice job. He was actually in the mix. I doubt he'll play tonight. They do play tonight, as we said before, because Connect didn't play last night. And I'm assuming because of the back-to-back, they'll play Connect tonight. And you probably won't get Bronny. As far as the Rookie of the Year goes, Edey is the favorite at 6-1. Reed Shepherd has gone up the board with his performance at Summer League. Ricochet is now 8-1. You've seen Connect go up to 10 now, actually to 9, I should say. Sarr is at 10. You could forget about him. Let me ask you, where's your boy Ware for the Heat? I mean, that guy is ripping up the Summer League right now, and he's going to be in the mix. 40-1. I found him all the way down the board. Your boy Ware for the Heat.
That is insane. What do you have? 24 last night. He's been, he's been the best player in Summer League, in the NBA of draftees, right? Like, so he's been incredible. The 7-footer. Speaking of 7-footers, who's not on that list is Sarr. After his donut for 15 night, he's not even mentioned for Rookie of the Year. Can you imagine drafting that guy, number 2, and he was for a while the number 1, hands down, and then he went number 2 as Ricochet slid by him. Can you imagine drafting that kid and sitting at that game and watching him miss 15 shots?
No. I'm not able to. I could not do that. No. That's pretty amazing. 0 for 15.
How bad do you have to be to miss 15 shots when you're 7 foot tall? Like, honestly, when you reach up to the rim, he's 10'3", okay? He's 10'3", and he couldn't put one ball in the basket. And he plays in the low block right at the basket. He's literally 2 feet away from the basket, and the guy went 0 for 15. That's when you know you suck. His nickname is Bunny.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on the side, you don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
BetMGM's first bet 1,500 offers the greatest thing that's ever happened to America, that's for sure. I think all of North America when you think about it, and it should be South America too when you really get down to it. How do you get the offer? It's 4 easy steps. 1, download the BetMGM mobile app on iOS or Android or go to BetMGM.com. 2, sign up, open an account, put in $10. 3, place your first wager and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if the bet loses. And 4, if the bet does lose, your bonus bets will be available once your initial wager is settled. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life. Some people would say the birth of their children or what have you, graduating college. Maybe it's your first job. Who knows what it is? But mine was clearly the first bet, $1,500 with BetMGM after I lost a bet for $1,500 and they gave me $1,500 back like 5 minutes later. It was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I thought it was the Penguins winning 5 Stanley Cups, but I quickly found out that it was not. It was the BetMGM first bet, $1,500, the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Real quick, I wanted to say to you, Carver, hi. I enjoyed listening to Bryson DeChambeau just admit how badly he suffered on that golf course today. He said, I'm not used to playing in these conditions. I'm not used to playing in rain. I'm not used to playing in wind like this and links courses. He said, I think it's an equipment thing. I have to figure out the ball speed. He goes, I'm not hitting 190 ball speed. I think it's more like 180. He goes, I'm used to seeing the ball fly off my driver, my 3-wood, differently. When I see it, when I hit it, I see it fly off of my club differently than this. And he said it was torture. And he said that I'm going to figure it out tomorrow. He said, I actually enjoyed that I persevered and had that eagle and, drained a 60-foot putt. And it brought me back to life. I'm good enough that I know how to fix this. I think with the equipment and the ball and what I need to do, I just have to go execute it. And I had said to you that this guy's won majors now, and it doesn't matter what he shoots. He's a great golfer. But to hear him, I love when they admit that it's overwhelming them. And then they're just like, this is crazy. I have no idea what's happening out here. It's a disaster. And, I've always said to you that this is the true test of golf, the Open. It's not that, listen, I just think Augusta Have you ever seen anything like how everyone goes to Augusta and the same people shoot well there year after year after year after year after year? They all know the course like the back of their hand, and they know where to bounce it, where to leave it, where to lay up, where to putt, what to do on every single hole. At the Open or at the PGA or at the those other ones, they're different golf courses every year. When you play the same golf course every year, it's to me, it's easy. And when you play the Open Championship and they rotate these several courses over there, but there's like 10 of them, and all I know is they're the most brutal golf courses in the world, and no one owns those golf courses. No one goes over and dominates on those golf courses or does it repeatedly. No one can go and just, I'm just going to do the same thing I did 6 years ago here. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way at all. And Bryson is so good. He's had a tremendous year no matter what happens this weekend. And he has really embraced, of course, that charts and graphs equipment side of the game. He's making his own clubs. He's got so much stuff that he's going to sit there tonight in the lab and go over it. Ooh. He's probably a guy that I would look at tomorrow, depending on who his matchup's with or something like that, to maybe play him, because he's probably going to come back with a much stronger effort. And look, as I said to you before, sometimes it is about when you go out. And Bryson went out in the absolute worst part of the day today, along with Rory. I mean, Rory didn't play, Rory didn't suck today. He played in the worst weather part of the day. Now, yeah, he shot 7 over. He sucked. But, the guys that are in now, Lowry at 5 under, Koepka at 2 under, all these guys that just finished, Spieth, Scheffler, could have easily been them with the 4, 5s, and 6 overs. And I think those other guys, when those guys were out, they showed, how they show that full screen, Scotty, with the wind? Like they show all 18 holes and which direction the wind is going. Yeah. About, 9 o'clock this morning, 8 o'clock this morning, that thing had 25s and 30s on it all over the screen, going in every single direction. They just showed it now for these guys that are finishing up. It's like 5 to 10, barely. There's like a 6, a 7. It's a drastic difference in the course when you get that kind of weather change. So you have to factor that in. And hey, you know what? That's just unlucky. Sucks for those guys that went out at 4 o'clock this morning. They're going to have to try to get it back tomorrow and hope that the other wave gets some bad weather. But that's the way that it works. I like Bryson for saying that as well. Here's these other 4 games. You mentioned Kolek as well. We did mention that yesterday when he hit that shot. He had that N1 with the winner. I know Coach is already talking him up big time. Kolek's going to be a big piece for the Knicks, and he looks real good, I'll tell you that. And that would be something nice if he was coming off the bench for them and he can actually give you big minutes.
Oh, man, obviously. You got me off guard, Carver High. I'm sitting here still looking at the memories of Justin Rose holding in a shot at Troon when he was an amateur and was the low amateur, like that kid that on the first hole today. Did you see the kid?
Long time ago, yes.
With the Eagle Spain today.
Yeah, the kid that dropped it in on the first hole.
Oh, that was unbelievable. Now, who are you talking about in the basketball off of the bench?
Kolek in his game.
Oh, God, my God, what an and one. I thought he had a huge game, 21. The Knicks have looked terrible, but he is going to be a fan favorite. We've already seen it at Marquette, how good he is, how he doesn't pick up his dribble, how he can do anything with a basketball. He can shoot, he can pass. He knows how to handle it like nobody's business. And he was driving and scoring. He's 6'3", but he plays bigger than 6'3", I'll tell you what. And he is a hell of a little white boy basketball player. I'll give him that. I thought he had a great game yesterday. What a way to win the game with an and one.
I'll give you the late night Summer League games when we come back, and I've got a few things for you from Team USA to finish out the hour as well. We'll do that next.
Crazy seeing in 98 how young Justin Rose looked.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on the side, you don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
All right, Carver High, we're still talking about Summer League and the games that are going to be played tonight.
Yeah, let me give you these 4 games for the late night slate. We're going to have the Magic and the Nets. Magic minus 3.5, 179.5 the total there. That's at 8 East is when they'll tip that one. Lakers and the Cavs, so a back-to-back for the Lakers. They win last night with Bronny. I don't know if Bronny's playing tonight or not. Connect didn't play last night. I'm sure he'll be out there tonight. Lakers are getting 6.5. Clippers minus 4.5 against the Jazz. And then the late night 11 o'clock East game, the Rockets are 1.5-point favorites over the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I'm going to take some stabs here. I'm going to take the Nets and the 2.5. I don't have faith in that Laker team tonight. It's a lot of points the Cavs are laying, though. 6.5. I don't know. I don't think they're good enough to cover that number, to be honest with you. They've both been terrible until last night.
Yeah, I like those 3 guys in the starting lineup.
So I would say too many points in the Cavs game. I'm going to go Nets and take the points against Orlando. Did I already say that? Clippers, I'm into. I'm going to do the Clippers game against the Jazz and lay the 4.5. And I'm taking the Rockets and they're laying 1.5 now against the T-Wolves. I like Houston in that late night matchup tonight.
Late night hoops for the Summer League. Only a couple nights left, unfortunately, and then they're going to shut that down on Monday for you with that championship game coming up on Monday night. Team USA is now moving on to London, where they will play, of course, on Saturday and Monday before getting over to Paris. There's been a lot of talk about the starting lineup. One thing that Steve Kerr is definitely certain of, Scotty, is that he is not going to break up LeBron, Steph, and Joel Embiid. Those guys will be in the starting lineup with a lot of other rotating parts. Here is Steve Kerr.
Yeah, I like those 3 guys in the starting lineup. We've been looking at other other guys around them, and we obviously have a lot of great options, but I do like those 3 guys.
Yeah, here's an idea. So they're going to start Joel Embiid, and what I would do is 3 minutes into the game, I would sit his ass down and play the 2 guys that matter in Davis and Bam Adebayo.
Well, the good news is Joel says, Scotty, that he's starting to feel better and that he's starting to get in the mix a little bit more. Here's Embiid. He says he doesn't feel hurt at all.
My knee's doing great. I'm still getting back into it slowly. I can tell, the start. But as the game goes along, starting to find my groove. So I just got to keep, building up. And, but I'm sure by the time we get to Paris, it'll be a different story.
That sounds nice, but if the games that matter were like a month from now, they're in a week, and I don't believe he's going to be where he thinks he's going to be a week from now. I just don't.
I'll say this much: if he's right and he's healthy, even though he's a walker, to me, he walks up the floor and he sets up shop, gets the ball, draws contact, gets the call, goes to the line, makes the free throws. I've never seen a guy get more calls in my life than Joel Embiid. He is the number one guy all time that I've ever remembered that gets to the line. I've never seen anything like it. So what they really need to do is put him in the block, give him the ball, and he's going to get fouled. He's going to go to the line, and the guy knocks down free throws. And if he's right, he is brutal to guard. And I think that's why Kerr won't get off of that buzz of starting him. They know what he does when he's in there. If he gets the rock, he gets fouled, he goes to the line, he makes the free throws. That's all there is to it. You want athleticism, you want hops, you want run and gun, you want transition ball. That's when you're talking Davis and Bam Adebayo, and particularly Adebayo. I think Bam Adebayo gets up and down the floor way better than Davis. But I think, for me personally, defensively, I think Davis is better. And I think they both can put the ball in the whole mid-range, right? Like Bam Adebayo pops out in that high post and hits that shot all the time. And then I think Davis can hit from anywhere. He can hit from the three wing. He can hit from mid-range. He can hit from the low block baseline or inside. I like those two offensively more. But when it comes to getting the rock and getting fouled and getting to the line, that's why Embiid's starting.
Indeed it is. After you talk to Warren, I've got the updated win totals. They've put them out for the NBA next year. I've got some other things and lots of NFL after you talk to Warren in hour number 2 also.
The mad scientist.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on a side, you don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.